Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. Here's my contact information if you want to shop with me. I do go by North Star Stamper on the Stampin' Up! Website. And then I have my own website at northstarstamper.com, and you will find all kinds of information there. Hopefully you'll find it useful. You can contact me through my website. On the bottom, if you're on a computer, on the bottom left, there is a contact form, and I believe that sends me an email. Anyway, contact me through that, or there's many ways to contact me. So, thank you for joining me. I think I have a couple people live. I don't have my tablet set up with us yet because I'm going to draw some names first. So, while we're waiting for a couple more people to join us, this was the card I made with you last Monday. Remember, we stamped the background paper, and then I wanted smaller labels, and then I just wasn't thinking. I wasn't prepared. That one's kind of crooked, I think. That was my final card with the blue background. This was just a scrap of paper from cutting down white cardstock to put on the inside of my cards. So it literally is a scrap, and I keep them for this purpose. And then I used one of our punches, our triple banner punch, I forget what it's called, to flag the ends. You can see I stamped on that too. And I also wasn't thinking, if you remember this one, that's my pattern paper here is crooked. I used my grid paper to make sure it was lined up on my other two cards. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I wasn't thinking clearly last Monday. So anyway, those are my three finished cards. If you're on Instagram, you've already seen that. And I also used that photo on YouTube as my thumbnail for my YouTube video. I do put these videos on YouTube most often. All right, so let's spin. Hopefully you can see that. So there were 10 of you who commented on my video, and you made 24 comments. I don't know where my note went. And I did not see any comments on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is spin get two names. So I'll have two winners, and you get your choice. You can get a card with an envelope, or you can get two cards with no envelope. I don't want it to be so thick that I can't put it in an envelope in my mailbox. I don't want to have to go to the post office. You could get a card kit if you're a stamper and you want a card kit to make your own. That's a third option. That probably will not include an envelope either. If you're a crafter, I could send you products like ribbon and embellishments. That's your fourth option. And your fifth option would be some pattern paper. It would be current pattern paper, and I would make them card size and send you a bunch. So you get those 5 options. Card with envelope, 1 card with envelope, 2 cards, a card kit, other product like ribbon and embellishments, or designer series paper. So your names are on here. Hello and welcome. I know I haven't said that because I haven't seen who's here yet. So this is new to me. Hold on, let me see. We're just gonna spin. Can you hear and see it? The winner is Rita. She's our first winner. Isn't that funny? So we're going to remove all instances of Rita, and we're going to go again. This was kind of fun. I just copy and pasted names. And Kathy is our other winner. So I will contact the 2 of you and see which of our prizes you want. All right, so let me put this down too. That's the next thing on my list. Is I will be at this fair on Saturday. I have been saying it was 10 to 3. It is actually 9 to 3. So I'm glad I caught that. I knew setup was either Friday night or 8 to 9 a.m. for me. But why I thought it started at 10, I don't know. So I'm glad I saw that before I told too many people that it was. Okay, let me turn that down. Hold on. All right. So, and as part of the fair, they asked if I would want to contribute to the raffle. So what I am contributing is this kit. So this is part of our kit collections. They all come in this very cute box. If there's dots and stripes, very nondescript box, and it is a non-stamping card kit. So I believe all these, the sentiments and things are already printed. I didn't open it because I want it to be unopened for the raffle at this fair. So that's one of our new card kits in our kits collection. All right, moving along. So now I can see who's here. Thank you for joining me. I am happy that you are watching my video. If you ever have any suggestions or comments, even constructive criticism, I take and I try to do better next time. So thank you for joining me. All right, so the cards from last week, I spun for our names. Next on my list is I am offering a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack. So it is focusing on the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper. This is most of it, but I did make 2 samples. That's one side. So I do like that side better. There's the back side, just the greens. And it's a variety of greens. Oh, although that one is not green, is it? It's got, oh, there's 2 of them. There's that one, and then there's a Jingle Bells on the back side. So I made these 2, and I will give you the dimensions on these cards as part of the kit. I'll show you this one first, actually. So it is a gift tag, or gift card holder. Cash would fit in there as well. This one you can't see because it's white on white, but that's a pocket on the bottom. So those of you that have told me you want this kit, I sent you an email this afternoon, so check your email. If you didn't get it, maybe I have the wrong email or something. And I set up a PayPal account so you could pay me that way. Most of you are local, so I will hand deliver your kits. Shipping I haven't figured out because I haven't found large envelopes for our 12 by 12 paper. So that is Christmas Stamp-A-Stack, email, PayPal, shipping. Okay, next we just found out today that we have a 24-hour sale on Wednesday. That's this Wednesday, the 20th. If you get my newsletter, I send a newsletter today too. I have had a very busy day. And part of that newsletter is you have access to this document that lists all of the stamps that are on sale. They are all of the cling mount stamps, the red rubber stamps, that are in the annual catalog, except the hostess stamps. Those they excluded, and photopolymer stamps are not included, so it's just the red rubber. And they are 15% off on Wednesday only. So it's the 24 hours from midnight to 11:50 p.m. Mountain Time. So in my newsletter, I spelled it out, so that's midnight to 11:50 Mountain Time, which would be 1 a.m. 12:50 Central Time, and 2 a.m. to 1:50 a.m. actually on Thursday Eastern Time. So you have to take the 24 hours of Mountain Time and adjust it to where you are. Anyway, so I have a couple stamps here to share with you. Okay, I did the fair sale Wednesday. One of the stamps that is on sale, because it's red rubber and it's in the annual catalog, is the butterfly. And I debated on getting a second stamp of this because it is one, but I sometimes just want this one stamp. So with, originally it's $17, on sale I think it's $14.45. I could look it up. But then as a demonstrator, I get a discount on everything I purchase, so it's going to make it very reasonable for me to buy a second stamp of this to cut apart so I can stamp individual butterflies. So that will be on my order on Wednesday for the sale. All right. Okay, let me take a breath. All right, let me see if anybody has questions yet. Hello, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So the next thing on our list is what we are doing tonight. And we have a new product called the Evergreen Suite. Let's start with that. Or Eden's Garden, sorry. So this is a new product, not yet available to customers. Demonstrators are currently in a pre-order phase, I will say. And I I'm loving pattern paper. Since I've learned how to use it, 10 years ago, I didn't know how to use it. Since then, I think I've learned how to use it better, more efficiently, and to make lovely cards. So I only purchased the pattern paper, and then they call this cotton paper, and we'll show it and use it today. The gems were not available till last week, after I had already received this, so I don't have the gems either. The stamp set and the dies, while very lovely, this image does not do this justice. There are demonstrators that have already used the stamp set, so you can go, just do a Google search and then click image on Eden's Garden, and it's not as black and dark as it looks. That's a very poor picture of it. So it's lovely, and I like the sentiments, but I thought these other ones were very close to the Forever Fern and the dies that I already have. I do like this, the wreath and the edging, but I don't know. I thought those were similar enough to things I already had that I want to wait and see what's in the rest of the catalog. So this is kind of a premiere, not a premiere, what's the word? I guess premiere. So the stamp and the dies are going to be in the January through June mini catalog next January. The designer series paper, the cotton paper, and the gems are only while supplies last. They are available to customers November, it is not on this page. I think it's November 2nd or 3rd. It does not say. I assumed it would be on here, so I didn't look it up. If somebody, I know there's demonstrators watching me, if you want to put in the comments when it's available, I want to say November 2nd. So it'll all be available November 2nd. These three things are while supplies last. These are a sneak peek to something in the January through June mini catalog. So just so you know. And when they say these are while supplies last, they really mean they have some in stock, and when they run out, they are gone. And let me give you an idea. When this stamp came out, they did the similar idea with this stamp and the dies. Again, I know there's one die that cuts them all out because it is one stamp. And they also offered this pattern paper. I believe it was called Butterfly Bijou. I don't remember. But you probably have never seen this if you don't follow other demonstrators, because this beautiful paper that I hardly ever got to use sold out in 3 weeks after it became available to customers. And of course, the first thing I thought, and what you might be thinking is, well, why don't they limit how much demonstrators can get? The demonstrators must have bought it all, so it sold out in 3 weeks to customers. They do limit how much demonstrators can purchase. Demonstrators during a pre-order can only purchase, at most, 2 packs of whatever. So I could have gotten 2 packs of the pattern paper and 2 packs of the cotton, but that's what they limit us to. So with this butterfly paper, I think if I remember correctly, we could only pre-order 2 packs of this paper. So customers did really purchase whatever they had planned in 3 weeks. So my point is, if you like the paper I'm working with today, plan on getting it that first week of November and call it a Christmas present to yourself, because it will be, it could be gone. Obviously, no guarantees or ideas. All right, enough babbling, and I think I need a drink of water. I'm sounding a little hoarse already. So this is the paper. It is called Ever Eden, and then I have the Ever Eden cotton paper as well. So here's those strips I talked about. We're going to use those today. So I have cut some paper down. It is soft succulent, evening evergreen, white with the gold foil. Let me make sure you can see how beautiful it is, and all of them do. That one has tiny little dots of gold. Let's see if I can get it shimmering for you. I don't know if you can see them sometimes, but there's little dots. I think that's beautiful. There's a dark, I think it's a paper very much like this in the Blackberry Beauty Designer Series paper. I want to put those two together. So one side has the gold foiling, and the other side are beautiful neutral backgrounds. And I love that ombre effect on that. So there's soft succulent in there and then evening evergreen. So I thought, I love the green papers when they do this because you can pair it with any color you want. You could make it bright, you can make it dark, you could just make it green and keep it monochromatic. It is your choice, obviously. All right, so I've got that. And then the cotton paper, it is really hard to describe. It's heavier than a tissue paper, and it is cottony. Tissue paper, one side is pretty smooth. You can actually see it's kind of shiny. And this side has just a tiny bit of texture. So we're going to use that tonight too. I forgot I was going to use this, but we'll figure it out. So what I've done is I've started kind of a card kit, and I know I've talked about those before. So I have some full card front sized pieces that we'll use tonight, and then one I have cut a little smaller, and then I have some other pieces. That's a 2-inch wide piece, and then when I trimmed these down to size, I ended up with these scraps. I don't know what I could ever do with that tiny scrap, but these scraps go beautifully on the inside of our card. So that's what I'm working with tonight. Again, this is available to customers in November. Did anybody... Thank you, Kathy. She thinks it's November 2nd. That's what I thought too, but then I thought, well, maybe it's the 3rd. I don't know. But, so that's coming up in a couple weeks. So I was trimming some paper to use tonight. We're going to use the soft succulent and evening evergreen, which are in the papers. And then I just wanted some other colors to go with them because we're going to use some flowers. This is rich raspberry and polished pink, so I thought we'd do one of each. And I was trimming my paper down to size, and I noticed my paper did not have a nice cut on it. It was kind of frayed, which tells me that it's time to replace my blade. I don't think I've ever shown you how to replace a blade on our trimmer. It's actually quite easy. You've probably seen mine fall out. Luckily, I did just purchase some replacement blades. It does come 4 to a pack. I believe they're $12. You can check the catalog or online. So, down here at this end, let me stand up so you can see. There is right here, it's a wider opening. So you put it there and then you just kind of, I twist it and lift that right out. That was my scoring blade. So I come to that hole and I just lift it right out. Put that up there. Take the new blade and then just fit it. It'll go right into the track when you get over that opening. So there, and then we'll put this blade back in too. That's how you change your trimmer. I probably should clean the rest of this too. That's on my to-do list. I'm getting ready for that craft fair and I'm feeling a little overwhelmed these days. So let's trim some more cardstock here. I grab more. I kind of want these to be tall portrait cards, so I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 inches. Actually, that's not true. I did cut it at 4 1/4 inches. That's not true. I'm going to cut one of these. I'm going to fold one of these sideways and make a Z fold card. We're going to do that with this one. I just decided. All right, so I'm going to move my cutting blade out of the way. Hopefully I'm on camera. All right, there we go. And I'm going to score it in half. That's the full 11. I'm going to score it at 11 and 5 1/2. Oh, slow down, Sue. And half of that is 2 3/4. Score, score, score. And I'm pushing really hard because cardstock's very thick. So I have to push hard, kind of a little hard. I mean, not, I don't know. Give it a firm score. So I'm going to burnish both sides. And then that second fold was in half, so I'm just going to fold that back. So again, this is just half of a sheet. So 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. And that makes our Z fold. You've seen me do that, but I like to share the numbers with you. And then I have a layer here that is 4 by 5 1/4, just our standard. And then it'll come out like that. You get all those pieces back that I had cut. So this piece I have smaller, I believe. I'll get a ruler. I think it's 3 3/4 by 5. Let's see. 3 3/4 by 5. So that'll be our, isn't that pretty? And I think those pieces do very much look like those. It's got the rounded and then the different shapes of the leaves. So I think I'm going to pair this with this and not invest in another stamp. So there's that. And I do have a white layer for the inside, although I could put soft succulent on the inside. And I had mentioned these pieces, oops, these pieces that I used to trim, that came off right up here, probably right there. I could put that layer there. My card is almost done. This paper is so beautiful, which is why I wanted to share it with you. Oh, I don't like that white showing. All right, well, we'll line it up. Actually, I take that back. Since I put that new blade in my trimmer, I'm going to trim this white one down another 1/4 inch because I do not want it peeking out of my card. When I use our trimmer, if I'm just using cutting off a small, I use this side, I measure it on this side, so I'm measuring a 1/4 inch on this side. And then I always hold the plastic down to hold my cardstock in place. Oop, came out, there we go. So that I will call scrap. That's a little too small to stamp on, although you could. All right. So now this will fit nicely in there and be hidden by our front panel. This will go here. And then I have a whole bunch of dies already pre-cut. Some left from last week, if you remember. I think we're just going to stamp on here. Unless we want to shape. Give me a minute here and let me figure this out. I obviously didn't go ahead of time. I have a bunch of ribbon too, but I don't know that I want to add another color to this card. Maybe just something simple. Like that. We could add a little bit of color. Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. How about this way? No. Alright, we're going to use one of those medium size because I want people to be able to see the pattern paper. I grabbed the Simply Elegant trim. I thought the gold twine would look really nice. I grabbed the Fine Art ribbon. Again, I thought that gold would look really nice with that pattern paper. This is a white ribbon. I think it was part of a 2-pack. I don't remember if it's current anymore. I just buy stuff when I like it. Oh, it got dirty. I would trim that off. But I thought white ribbon. That looks really pretty. Maybe I'll do that. And then I have our twine here as well. Just lots of options. Oh, I like that. We're going to do that. Now decide what this is going to say. I only have a couple stamps. I had the butterflies. That does not have any sentiments on it, though. And then I have Daisy Lane for our other... We're going to make 2 cards. I should have told you that. I need to get moving. It's already almost 8 o'clock. How about Friend? That's a nice sentiment. And I need my stamping surface here. I do have Evening Evergreen and Succulent ink. Let's get these out of the way. Let me clean up a little. I know it gets distracting in videos when you have too much there. We're going to leave these here because they are so pretty. All right. This one. Ink, ink, ink. a firm press. There we go. That worked very well. I'm going to close this up so I don't get ink everywhere. And now I can put my card together. Grab my ink, glue, grab some dimensionals, and some scissors for my ribbon. I'm going to trim off that. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is put ribbon. I like the white, very subtle. Won't add bulk because I'm not going to tie it or knot it. So I just cut it a little longer than the piece I wanted on. And then what I like to do is use glue dots. Excuse my reach. I take your pick tool, and I do have new putty on here. I'm kind of excited for that. That's garbage. So I'm going to put a glue dot there. And a glue dot, did I get it? I did. Across from it. So the glue dot will hold that in place. Grid paper would help me make this straight. Oh, what happened to that piece I had last week? So the glue dot is holding that in place. And now I can add it to this piece. We'll just use some ink. I keep calling this ink. Glue. Any questions about the Eden products? It was very fun to have something new, because as a demonstrator we have been working with the current mini catalog since July. That seems like a long time ago. Here's that. Put this up on dimensionals. So to have some new products was exciting for us. Put it on the right way, and we're going to center it on the ribbon. You know, it's wobbling too much for my liking. So I do this quite often, to be honest with you. I'm going to take a glue dot, and using my take your pick tool, I'm going to feed it. Here, let me kind of do it up in here. I'm going to feed it underneath. And see, can you see I put a glue dot? I always like to stand up to see if you can see what I'm talking about. So there's a glue dot there. I'm going to put 2 of them. Put another one right next to it. And now that will hold my ribbon down. No, it's not moving. Take your pick comes in handy for lots and lots of things. Okay, so I know I want this only adhered to this front flap. I'm going to put some glue here. And then glue on this side. Move that out of the way. And now when I center it, and turn it over and burnish. And there's my Z-fold. I love doing this. It just adds a little bit of something. And then remember, I cut this smaller. So we will adhere this piece. Which way does it go? I don't think it matters. I hope you have time to stick around. I'm going to make another card. We're going to add some color to this designer series paper. Or, we're not going to add the color to the paper. We're going to add some color to our elements that go with the paper. I think we're going to use the polished pink. I want to see what a bright color would look like with it. There's card number 1. Friend. Who doesn't have a friend that needs a card? I know I do. I have a few people on my list that I've been meaning to send cards to. Alright, let's clean up a little bit and make card number 2. So for card number 2, I have, excuse my reach, the Freshly Made Sketches sketch. This week is sketch 507, and that's what the sketch looks like. So that's what we're going to do. I already have my, you know what, maybe we'll turn, no, I kind of like it that way. This is going to be sideways. Or should I cut another piece? Kind of like it going up, but I cut it. Let's get our other elements together, and then you can help me decide which pattern paper I use. So for my round elements, we're going to stamp and punch the flowers from Daisy Lane. This will also be on sale on Wednesday. Alright, so I need to sit down again. Now I have to decide if I'm stamping on white paper or if we want tone on tone paper. I think I'm going to do white. I think it'll be more dramatic and you'll see them better. Alright, polished pink. Sorry, I get so busy stamping I forget to look for questions. Alright, no questions. I do try to check comments. I think I just get so busy stamping I forget. I'm going to try a third one without re-inking. That's really pale, but if I layer them together, I think that'll be nice. I'll just turn it over and use the other side. So I know I've used these punches enough that I know that there's a petal that goes straight down. So when I stamp, so it's easier to line up, I make sure one of my petals goes straight down and is pointing right at me. So it'll be easier to line up when I'm punching. And that just comes from having used these punches a few times. And we're gonna, while we have this out, I wish I had envelopes handy. I don't. We're gonna make this a friend card as well. My chamois is very wet right now, so I just got it wet. So the stamp fell off the block. I need to slow down and think about my words too, don't I? All right, have you tried a sketch lately? Oh, they really help me. Like in this instance, I knew I wanted to use designer series paper, so the sketch really told me what to do with it. It told me to, you know, make a background of it. And then I could have, you know, punched, they show circles in their sketch. I could have punched or die cut circles or some other shape for those two elements. And I don't know how I thought of it. I thought, well, why not make them flowers? So, and then the sentiment will be on there. So that was my thinking for tonight. All right. Let me punch one and then we'll see. I'll put them on different papers and we'll decide. I'll have you help me decide. The lag in videos, I find it hard to ask for your input. I like to ask for your input. It'd be much more fun if we were actually stamping together in person, but this will have to do because I know we are all over the country. I think everybody's in the U.S. My regular viewers are in the U.S. Oh, this is not working. There we go. I'm just going to tear that out of the way. I think I went too quick. I don't know why I'm always in such a hurry. I figure you have a lot of things going on in your life and want to get back to whatever you need to do this evening. But I do appreciate you taking the time to visit with me. So I line it up. There again, there's that petal that's pointing straight down. I think it'll work better if I punch, let go, and then pull it straight out. Yeah, just like that. If I slow down, take my time, this is an easy one to line up. I turn it over so that the flower doesn't go flying. And then if I gently pull it out, it comes out much better. All right. So do we want the darker green, the lighter green? Oh, we need to pull in some of these too. Where'd the other ones go? here are some of the other. I don't think I like this one. Sorry if that's your choice. I'm vetoing that one. All right. I'm going to put these in order. You tell me A, B, C, or D. Let's line them up here. And then I'll make my card and you can tell me. I'll put my flowers together while you decide. A, B, C, or D for our card layer. So it'll be, where'd my sketch go? I'm going to cut a big layer to go like that behind my flowers and sentiment. So A, B, C, or D, do you want my designer series paper to be? A, B, C, or D. So hopefully I'll be able to tell what everybody has voted for. And I'm just going to cut a strip of this to put behind the other, kind of behind the sentiment and the, I don't know how wide. Let's try 3 inches. Then I'm going to hold my plastic while I slice it. And then let's try 1.5 inches. I'm anxious to try putting these through my the embossing folder that has the evergreens on it. Okay. Kathy asks, can you change the orientation of the card so your paper goes the way you want it? You could. I really like the sketch, this orientation. So I guess I could put the card this way and then put the sentiment to the side like that. Let's see, what color are we going to use? Let's get our card base. Make sure I don't cut. I'm just going to score. So Kathy asked if I could turn it this way and then put my flowers like that. I suppose I could. Kathy, are you asking because it'll determine which one of the papers you wanted me to use? We could go that way. I really wanted a top fold card though, so I was going to go that way. Obviously, if this is just a card for my own use and just to have fun using my products, then yes, I could do whatever I wanted. If I do decide to put this, so Freshly Made Sketches has a blog, and I can input my card on their blog so that more people can see it. In which case, I would keep it the same orientation. I don't know if that's a part of the rules or not. And now I've messed up my paper, so I don't know what A, B, C, and D are. All right. I think it was this way. A, B, C, D. That was when you had the darker gold paper. Oh, yes. Right. I understand what you're saying, Kathy. It was when I had this paper and I wanted it to go up. I could make another card and have it go this direction instead of this direction because I want the leaves growing up and not sideways. So, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Let me clean up a little more and see what we have. I see 2 C's. Let me go back a little ways. All right, so I see Alma said C. I thought somebody else had said. That's all I'm seeing. I thought somebody else said C besides Alma. A, B, I think it was this one. We'll use that one. With this. So I need to cut this down to, actually, look, it's almost the right size already, so that I know that's 4 inches wide. Alma, did I get the right one here? Oh, I have 4C? I thought I saw others, but now I don't see it. Maybe my tablet isn't catching all of the comments. All right. Thank you, Anne. Maybe I shouldn't try to look at comments while I'm talking because I miss people. All right. It needs to be trimmed a little more. This is probably 5.5. And I want it 5.25. So tell me, what do you think of using these with our this paper? So the bright colors. This was polished pink. It's one of our in colors. I'm gonna use a bone folder to give some dimension to my flower petals. If I mail the card, it probably would flatten it a little bit. Then I'm going to use glue dots to put our flowers together. So this flower is going to have each flower is going to have 3 layers. I don't know if I explained that's why I made 3 of them. Stamped and punched 3 of them. Thank you for staying with me longer than my half hour. Sometimes I debate whether I should always go longer than a half hour because you've taken time out of your day already to join me, and I want it to be worth your while. Or, on the other hand, you've already taken a half hour and I want to be respectful of your time. So, anyway, I don't know what the happy answer is. We're going to put the dark one in the middle. Let's see if I can find the first glue dot. So I'm going to put the middle of the flower right there. Now there's a glue dot on the back. I'm going to offset it. Sorry, I can't do this on camera. I'm going to offset it and then push it together. That's cute. And again, the middle of the flower. Use my thumb to push the piece up, and there's a glue dot on the back. Oh, I didn't plan ahead. I don't have anything for the middle of these flowers, but I think that's kind of pretty. All right, the bigger flower. We'll do them the same. And this on the glue dot. I think I will put them on the card with a dimensional, just so then I offset it so you can see all those pretty layers. All right. That goes there. That's going to go there. Let's pull this. One of our other banner punches. It's too wide. Sorry, I am going to grab another punch and show you another trick. You've probably seen me do this. So this is I think it's our everyday label punch. So I want the end of my banner to be like that. Oh. Alright. Sorry if my head's in there and dropped on the floor. That is too long. So cut that off. Then I'm going to stick this in this direction and center it. And put it straight. All right, so what I did is I looked at this corner and this corner, oops, and I'm holding it slightly, I'm pushing it slightly. So I made sure I centered it between these 2 corners. Let's see if I can punch this. It might be too thin. Oh, no, it should work. It should work. No, that isn't working. This isn't thick enough or stiff enough to punch. At least not like that. So we're going to trim that down. That was kind of a mess. Guess I should have tried that beforehand, huh? Okay. Let's get our glue. I didn't call it ink this time. And put this card together. Thank you for joining me and offering your input. If you were one of my prize winners, I will be in touch. You can let me know what you'd like. Let's see if it goes. Let me go that way. Using glue, I have just a minute to put it right where I want it. You're not going to see this very well, are you? Let's trim this down too. Let me get everything out of the way. There we go. All right. I'm just going to put some glue down the middle of this. Put it right there. And some glue on here. I want the dimension to be in my flowers. I didn't quite cut that straight, did I? Oh well. We will put the flowers over the top. See, I didn't center it. This one has the curve and that one doesn't. I will show you how we will fix that using our flowers to cover it up. And only you and I will ever know. So if I put this flower right there and that flower there, you won't be able to see that little bit right there. So I will put this dimensional close enough to cover it up, but you can still read the friend. And one dimensional should be good enough. There. What do you think? Oh wait, I need to put a layer inside. Soft Succulent probably is pale enough that you could write on the inside, but I think it just finishes off the card nicely to have another layer inside to write on. So what do you think of the Evergreen paper? Isn't that beautiful? The gold adds so much to it. So there's our Z fold. And then our sketch from Freshly Made Sketches number 507. Don't forget the sale on Wednesday. Let's see if I can find my notes again. Or my stamp sale on Wednesday. I love a sale. And my craft fair on Saturday. And this will be available to you November 2nd or thereabouts, so that's only a couple weeks away. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Kathy, the paper just really spoke to me. The gold accents just add enough. I have rhinestones or something, I think the champagne rhinestones, but with the gold in the paper, I don't think I need to add any more. So, and what do you think of the bright color with the paper? I think I'll just ask you what you think. I won't tell you what I think. So there are two cards. Again, that's Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen are our colors, and then gold foil. And then you can do with it what you want. So thank you, thank you. Oh, Kathy, thank you for good luck at the craft fair. To be honest, my real goal is to get people to sign up for my newsletter. And I will be handing out bookmarks to people who do sign up or are already signed up for my newsletter. So that was my goal for Saturday. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Kathy says she hadn't thought of 3 layers for the daisies with one of them stamped off. Don't they add a lot of dimension? I kind of like that. I just wanted to see what it looked like. So, any other comments? Melissa says she loves Freshly Made sketch challenges. I do too. It really gets me to think harder or think of using the products I already own in new ways. So I haven't used this Daisy Lane stamp set in quite a while, so it's kind of fun to pull that out again. And you like how I covered up my quote-unquote mistake when I punched. Anyway, thank you for joining me. happy stamping. And I don't know if I will be live next Monday. We're going away for the weekend, and I don't know when we're coming back. So I may have a pre-recorded video go live at 7:30. I don't know. We'll see how things go. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.